Good afternoon, Cross Timbers. Today is Monday, April 18th, 2016. This is Texan TV News from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas. I am Sydney Burns, and here are today's top stories. In campus news, on Friday, students and faculty gathered in the ballrooms of the Student Center for the annual Leadership and Service Awards. Many different groups, organizations, and individuals were given a variety of awards. Some of the awards include Leadership in Athletics Award going to Texan Softball, Program of the Year Award going to Tarleton Serves. Delta Zeta took home numerous awards, including the Award of Fraternal Excellence, Organization of the Year, and the W.O. and Florence Trojan Service Organization Award. There were also many other awards given. In addition to awards, 14 members of the Purple Poo unmasked themselves, including Courtney Hawthorne, Ulyss Godez, Marissa Walden, Lupita Ortega, Kelby Mitchell, Kaylee Colbert, Austin Eoff, Madison Paradis, Luke Robach, Felicia Williams, Jeremy Radcliffe, Kaylee Ville, Cade Flory, and Raven Zammerman. In local news, Larry Joe Taylor Music Festival, also known as LJT, kicks off today. The event will run starting today until Saturday the 23rd and will be at the Melody Mountain Ranch off of Highway 281. Doors will be open at 2 p.m. today, and tickets are still available for a 4-day, 3-day, 2-day, and 1-day pass. A 4-day pass in advance is $70 or $81 at the gate. A 3-day pass is $59 in advance or $67 at the gate. A 2-day pass in advance is $49 or $55 at the gate, and a 1-day pass in advance is $24 or $28 at the gate. Parking passes are also still available online or at the gate. Today's lineup will include Randy Brown at 5 p.m. and Gary P. Nunn at 5:30 p.m. Have fun and be safe, everyone. And now today's Texas national and international news from the Associated Press. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has chosen mostly white men and women to fill hundreds of openings on oversight boards and other state government appointments since taking office last year. An analysis of donor records by the San Antonio Express News on Sunday also found that roughly 1 in 4 of his appointees are campaign contributors who have given the Republicans more than $8.6 million combined since 2000. Figures provided by Abbott's office show that 72% of his appointees are white and 15% are Hispanic. Census figures show that Hispanics make up more than 1/3 of the Texas population. Abbott's predecessors, including former Governor Rick Perry, also heavily chose white men and women to fill the roughly 3,000 appointments that a governor makes in a 4-year term. In national news, according to the Associated Press, a Times investigation has found that a majority of conservative voters in California have mistakenly registered for the conservative minor political party. Reports say that tens of thousands of people in California, including celebrities like Demi Moore, had registered for the wrong party. A telephone survey of 500 members of the American Independent Party found nearly 3 of 4 people did not realize they had enrolled in a political party that opposes abortion rights, same-sex marriage, and calls for building a fence along the U.S. border. Times says voters were confused by the use of the word independent in the party's name because in California, voters who do not want to register with any party must check a box on a registration form for no party preference. The Times reports that the mistaken registration could prevent people from casting their votes in the June 7th presidential primary, which is considered California's most competitive in recent years. Voters affiliated with the American Independent Party will only be allowed to vote for candidates on that party's ballot. The Republicans will have a closed primary while the Democrats allow unaffiliated voters. The deadline to register or change voter registration status for the June 7th primary is May 23rd. In international news, an earthquake in Ecuador yesterday left many people dead, without homes, and desperate for help. This quake is reported to have been one of the largest earthquakes to hit Ecuador. For more on this disaster, we turn to a video from the AP.
Rescuers pulled survivors from rubble on Sunday after the strongest earthquake to hit Ecuador in decades flattened buildings and buckled highways along the country's Pacific coast. Authorities say the quake killed well over 200 people and injured more than 1,500. The magnitude 7.8 quake was the strongest to hit Ecuador since 1979 and was centered 105 miles northwest of Quito, the country's capital. Vice President Jorge Glass reported the death toll at a news conference, while President Rafael Correa flew back from Rome to deal with the crisis. Glass said there were deaths in cities several hundred miles from the center of the quake, which struck shortly after nightfall on Saturday. Authorities say 10,000 armed forces have been deployed and nearly 8,000 sleeping kits have been delivered. The U.S. Geological Survey says the massive quake was followed by more than 135 aftershocks. Krista Fourier, Associated Press.
For more of today's national and international news, we turn to the AP News Minute.
This is AP News Minute. The move to impeach Brazil's president now moves to that country's Senate. The lower house of parliament voted overwhelmingly on Sunday to impeach President Dilma Rousseff. She's accused of violating financial laws. Aid is beginning to reach areas of Ecuador hit by a magnitude 7.8 earthquake on Saturday night, while over 200 people are known dead. Warmer weather is forecast for Colorado on Monday and Tuesday, meaning much of the heavy snow that fell over the weekend should melt quickly. Some places are digging out from 2 or more feet of snow. And the Boston Marathon is set for Monday morning. More than 30,000 runners are set to take part. Tight security is expected. Sandy Kozel, The Associated Press, with AP News Minute.
Today's weather forecast is brought to you by the National Weather Service. Make sure to grab an umbrella today because there is a 50% chance of heavy rains throughout the day. It is currently 61 degrees and highs today will be in the 70s with lows in the 50s. Tonight, thunderstorms are also likely with a 60% chance of rain. Today's broadcast was produced by Rebecca Hernandez and Shelby Clayton. You can follow us at www.texannews.net and don't forget to follow Texan News Service on Facebook and Twitter. Tune in tomorrow for the latest news from the Tarleton State University campus in Stephenville, Texas.